Hey guys, gals, it's me Maria, your knowledge broker host, and today's episode 3, and the topic that we're going to talk about for this episode is when somebody tells you, let me think about it. So, if somebody tells you, I think about it, guess what? They're not going to think about it that much, you know what? Because they're not gonna move on to something else. They're gonna move on to something else. So if you let the customers walk out, you can almost hug or kiss yourselves goodbye. Because they're not really thinking about it. So what are you gonna do? When somebody tells you, let me think about it, you know what? Within 24 hours, most of the people will forget 75% of what you said. And 30 days, customers will forget 90% of what you said. So, what are you going to do? So, this is my advice, or I'm going to teach you guys. When your customer says, I think about it, this is what you need to do as follows, okay? So, write it down and take a note. Number 1, I understand, sir, I understand, ma'am, that you're going to think about it. But when can I get back to you? Ask that questions, and then you're gonna try to reschedule something. Take note, guys, gals, you should always try to reschedule after your first meeting. Keep in mind to reschedule at the end of what you're current waiting or what you're current, talking about it. So, what is on the phone or personal meetup or video call, whatever you are, doing your conversation, whatever it is, or you can reschedule another meeting, right? And then you're gonna say, I understand that you have to think about it, all right? So you're gonna schedule it, whether it is a phone, whether it's a video call or personal meetup, reschedule it. Then, here's what you say, right? Use your own words. So, when your customer said, let me think about it, you know what, guys? This is a form of conversation that you don't want to waste your time, right? So, say it in a nice way. Like for example, Mr. Customer, when someone tell me they need to think about it, it either means one or two things. Number 1, like you said, either means they're not interested or they're interested but not sure. Right? Ask that question. So which one is it? You ask your customer, which one is it? Is it not good, guys? Because you're giving your customer an option. They need to tell you if they're interested or not, right? So you're not wasting your time. Then let me know. And this is the sad part, guys. When the customer says, and if they say they're not interested, oh, I'm not interested, what means that to you? That means you're done. Goodbye. But you still have to ask questions even though you feel like they're not interested and you feel like it's all done. You have to ask questions. You have to know by asking questions why they're not interested. Ask that question, why you're not interested. So you will know the reason why they're not interested. But if they say, I'm interested but not sure, that means that you are missing something or your presentation, right? So that means they're interested, but think about it. I think you're missing something in your presentation or in your conversation. Think about it. And then this is another question. When somebody tells you, I'm interested but not sure, so that means that you're missing something, right? So you're thinking about, are you missing, something that you forgot to say or to explain. So you're gonna say this, all right? So like for example, Mr. Customer, when somebody tells me that I'm interested but not sure for one of 3 reasons. Now give those reasons to them. Is this a product, a fit, or doesn't fit for you, or doesn't meet your needs, right? You ask that questions. And then what about the functionality? Is the functionality not there? Like, for example, the feature or the benefits. Then ask, what is it? So that and you can re-engaging, you can engaging a conversation. And the number 3 is maybe financially, right? Or it is finance. So you know that is the money. So you know the customer, that you understand that you see the value of your product because your product is expensive. So maybe they cannot afford to buy your product, though they are interested, things like that, right? Because your product is expensive, that means your product has a value. And then when you see and ask those 3 questions, now you will see where are you gonna take them to close your sale or get your product or opportunity. Now, if the finance is the problem, now you can say they can pay for like net 30, net 60, net 90. You tell the payment set up. You can three payments or 2-time payment, things like that. So don't forget to list all of those questions when you feel like your customer is not interested in your product, or they really, those reasons why they are not interested, but they're not sure, things like that. Sometimes they need to think about it because there are a lot of reasons why they cannot say yes to you on that time that you are, negotiating and talking about your whatever business you are selling, whatever opportunity you are offering to them. So list of those questions, and once you have those answers, now you can now give them another options. You see, the options are always in there. So don't stop when they say, oh, I'm not interested, and then you're done, and then you're not saying anything. Right? Ask questions. Even though they're not interested, you should ask questions because you will learn from there. You will learn what is missing in your product, what is missing in your presentation, what are the customer's problem, maybe, money or financial, things like that. Maybe some benefits, or they are still looking for something that you forgot on your presentation or things like that. And yes, guys, so this is all that I'm gonna share for you today, guys. So when somebody tells you, let me think about it, ask questions, okay? And hope you get value with this, guys. And thank you so much for listening to my podcast, Knowledge Broker, your host Maria, and see you to my next episode 4. Have a good day. Goodbye.